and welcome to the Albright Scholar for July 2024. My name is John Pankratz. I teach history at Albright, and each month it's my privilege to welcome BCTV viewers and residents of Greater Reading to take a glimpse inside our learning community up on North 13th Street, to look at the work being done by students and teachers, and to think about its impact on all of us. Well, it is a hot July in Reading, Pennsylvania. Given the alternative of going to the shore or spending time in the computer lab doing creative research, I don't know. It's probably a toss-up, isn't it? Today we're going to talk once again about ACRES, Albright Creative Research Experiences. And yes, we have a full program of these this summer in fields like journalism, creative arts, dance, psychology, sociology as well, and also in the creative digital arts as well. And that's what we'll talk about today. I imagine that some of you at home are watching this program on your computer, and maybe you have another window open where you're playing a video game on the side. Well, if that's the case, then this program is here for you. I'm joined by my dear colleague Dave Call, professor of computer science and digital media and everything creative there that a keyboard can do. And then his ACRE partner, a student, a sophomore, Tyler Garrick.
Hello.
Who is a game development and simulation major here at Albright. And you guys have partnered together to do some really creative stuff in the working with computer games, but then working with software that develops computer games as well. Let me ask you a general ACRE question. Dave, this is your second summer ACRE. Why do this? Why not just go traveling around the country or hanging out? Why partner with one of our students and guide their research?
Well, traveling is cool and all, but it's been there, done that. Working with Tyler is where it's going to be, and we're making some sweet stuff. Like, I worked on this game, it's from 1994, but Tyler, the stuff he's doing now is just incredible work. And thanks to an ACRE, you can actually get this done. Otherwise, yeah, maybe it would be at the shore.
Okay. And what about you, Tyler? Why not just hang out with friends or maybe do a summer job or something like that? What was the appeal of the ACRE for you?
Well, with the idea of like working on something that I've been wanting to work on for like years now, and like I finally have like the support and people that I need to I have resources to like get what I need to get done while having like a financial like support while doing it is a dream come true. Honestly, I really enjoy my time with the ACRE. I personally have been having a lot of progress made with things I've been doing as well, for just art-wise and really learning a lot of things with like Unity coding-wise. I had like times where I've like rethought of how I've done things to do it in a better way, because I never really thought I was doing it before. Because me and Cole, we had an issue with like map design, right? And I was like, it would be so much easier if we did the entire way the map is made and did it this way, make it faster.
Oh, that's great. So
yeah.
So false starts or tentative starts and then going back and approaching. And I suppose we could find analogies in the field of psychology or chemistry or something like that. That you start an experiment, you set it up in one way, and then you're not getting clear results, and you say, oh, let's try a new approach. Well, this is great. It sounds like the ACRE was sort of made for you in a sense. Did you know about the ACRE program before you enrolled at Albright, or did you just find out about this as you talked with your advisor?
I think I found out about it like maybe during orientation week.
Good.
Talking about it then, and like I was like, really cool. Like if I can get an ACRE with one of my professors to work on something I've been working on since like 2018.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Reality.
2018.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna make it happen now. Get,
Oh, yeah.
Get like 6 years done in 2 weeks.
Well, that's tremendous. I think very often people come into college and say, "Oh, this is a new subject I'm studying, and let me begin from scratch." In fact, we've had in the past chemistry students who hadn't yet taken organic chemistry, who nevertheless, after their freshman year, were doing serious research in the field. So they sort of got ahead of themselves
Chemistry?
in a way.
Nah, Na, sodium.
That's it.
right.
That's it.
See myself out.
But you've been working with video games and that whole language for what, years, right?
Yeah, years, pretty much. I've been making like assets for like games that assets for like really this game really for forever now. It's highly inspired of a game for the Super Nintendo. It was known as a cult classic like a while back, but after the launch of like another game called Undertale, it's really like a cult classic and really like adored by many people around the world now, by millions even at this point.
Yeah.
The game is known as Earthbound. It features a boy named Ness in a striped shirt. He goes around the world with his 3 friends, and he goes to save the world from aliens that are invading his world. Yeah, pretty much. It's really good.
Yeah. I assume aliens probably play video games too.
Oh, they might. Yeah, definitely
In
do.
fact, I'm old enough to have been
Oh my
playing
goodness,
Space
yeah,
Invaders.
Space
in the
Invaders.
career. So this is Space Invaders. Keep it old school.
It really is. Well, I mean, I remember when Space Invaders was brand new.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd already
1978.
started grad school by then.
Yeah, playing
so-
starting with Pong, Atari 2600.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Funny thing about Space Invaders, me and my friend, we played this game called Pictionary on the NES.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you guys don't know what Pictionary is, right?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
when you draw something and someone guesses what it is, right? And that game has little mini games in the game where you gotta complete the mini game. As you complete the mini game, it reveals images of what you're trying to guess.
Okay.
Yes, I really wanted to actually recreate that game on the computer once and make it like expanded into like a whole like modern area of the game.
Yeah.
But one of the mini games in that game is Space Invaders, which is really big and shows how much impact that game had on other games.
Right. Right. It was
Yeah.
sort of foundational in a way.
Space Invaders were the first game that ever had a story. Like you had invaders from space, and you had to stop them because like Pong never had a story to it, and Space Invaders was like the first thing to have an actual story, as weak as it was.
as elemental as it was. Yeah. Exactly.
Some might say it's story, yeah.
For some of our viewers, maybe who are as old as I or even older, the whole language of computer games is kind of a mystery. This is a new thing. Is this a college subject? And I think in many ways, what you're learning, both in terms of the games themselves and the way in which you're able to build new games and new elements to games, it's working with a language, right? It's the way we would study English literature in an effort to become a creative writer, see what new we can add to the canon. And by this time, our digital language in terms of computer games and the narratives and the dramas that they enact are a kind of language. I mean, the computer game business is bigger than movies, bigger than music in terms of
combined.
its economic impact in the world economy.
And also that's the way how it impacts people, because video games, rather than movies, you're like put like right into the pilot seat of the story, because you're the person that's making things happen in the story. You're the person that's reacting to the story, and you're the person that the story is made for.
So
But you're the player.
that sense of agency, right? You can watch a Star Wars film and everything, and you can identify with the hero or heroine and watch what happens and feel bad or feel good. But here, that element of control, the sort of fingers-on aspect to it, is really important.
Yeah, video games have changed some students' lives. They told me that, and it didn't occur to me because I was like playing Space Invaders, but now like these they create whole worlds that you can just become immersed in.
Yeah.
You know that old thing, are video games art? You know, because some people said no, they're not, because like it's a game, and like tennis is a game, football is a game, and that's not art, right? But I think it is because it incorporates everything: media, music, all sorts of stuff, and
Storytelling,
interactivity.
writing.
Right. And where do those stories come from? They come from what?
People.
The human record and what has happened to people over time.
Yes.
So, yeah. So almost any course you take at Albright could feed into
Yeah.
Video game.
this form of expression.
That actually has to do with my current course lineup for my next semester, actually.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking Deaf and Dying Psychology and Deaf and Dying and Religion as well.
Yes.
Because for an idea for a game I've been thinking of making for like about 2 years now, since like 10th grade, 11th grade of high school. Takes place in hell and is very inspired by Dante's Inferno.
Uh-huh.
And I want to have like actual accurate spiritual representations of things. I want to like really learn more about that, so I can appropriately accommodate it into my world that I want
Right.
to build for my game.
And you'll want Italians to be able to play the game, so people who have read the Inferno in the original. Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Italians. Actually, they're pretty cool. Yeah. That's mainly because of a game called Pizza Tower that I've been
Pizza
playing
Tower.
for a while now. It was one of the biggest hits of 2023. Like I didn't want to talk about Pizza Tower. It was a great indie game.
Wonderful.
I've got a
Yes.
question for you. Mario from NES. Where did Super Mario actually ever show up from? Mario, the first showing of him. What game was it?
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people weren't sure about that, but
So he was
Mario
a
showed up in Donkey Kong.
spin-off character.
Yeah.
Sort of like Tom Sawyer in Huckleberry Finn.
Oh yeah, forgot
Yeah, he
about
wasn't
that
the
part.
central figure, but then he had a novel of his own.
Yeah. What was
Well-
his Mario's brother Luigi? Was a spin-off?
Luigi. I mean, Luigi had a spin-off, but that was like came far after Mario became a real thing. It was Luigi's Mansion, which, fun fact, Nintendo really remade the second game in the series, Dark Moon, Luigi's Mansion HD, recently, like on the Switch. Like came out like a few weeks ago actually. Now it's really cool. Yeah. Me and my mother used to play that game together all the time. It was a nice memory of us together.
Oh.
I've got a question for you. How many hours are you spending per day either gaming or making games?
Making like gaming. Well,
When you add them together, I'm gonna guess like 14.
like
that about right?
Like per day.
Like
in
per
gaming?
day average, yeah. Like
Let's see
gaming
here.
or making games or something like that, you know.
Well, let's see here. Yesterday, I played Lethal Company with my friends. I guess most people were online, yeah, for like 2 hours. And then I really went to do some artwork for about 6 hours, if not more. And I was chilling out inside a voice call with my friends as well. The day before that, me and my friend played Minecraft on stream for like 4 hours as well. So,
All right, so that's
yeah.
only 12 hours though.
Yeah.
I thought you did 16 hours a day.
No, I don't know.
No, 12, all right, 12, okay. All
I
right.
have
And,
Ace
and when you
open.
said you made art, are you making digital art or are you using other media?
I'm using digital art, mainly all digital.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I have a drawing tablet to make, digital art look
Yeah.
physical, but I don't use it because I don't really, one, have like an area to use it in, and two, I'm like better for mouse. I draw my mouse all the time.
Okay.
And people in the art community, they usually all draw using a tablet because it's like more like traditional. You use your hand and
And
really
that
pinpoint.
stylus and everything, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're doing pixel art.
yeah, and
You-
like, I do get that, but other times I do like art that like really looks like pixel art, but it's made not like pixel art. Like once again, another example being Pizza Tower. Again, that game's art style is pixel art, right? But the way the artist drew the artwork of the game, it's in a way where it represents normal digital artwork, but just drawn with pixels instead of Ace, right?
Got a question for you. AI. What do you think AI has a place in for games? Is there any place for it? Is there some? Is it like just AI dialogue where you're talking with a NPC, non-player character? What do you think?
Artificial intelligence for AI for short. I don't think it really should be used inside of game development for much. I think it should be used for things like like character like movement.
Yeah.
Like actual
Enemy movement?
enemy movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for generation of like content to be used inside of video games, I don't think it should be done that because video games are meant to be a thing that expresses the people who made it and pushes their ideas directly onto the screen, and doing that kind of muddy the idea of it. A nice parallel I can pull off the top of my brain from the research I've been doing about video game history. The creator of Animal Crossing for Nintendo 64, his original idea for Animal Crossing was meant to be you're this person coming into this new town and it's all foreign to you and no one really likes you or knows who you are. It's meant to be a reflection of how they were moving into a brand new city area for work. I think it was for it. Probably was for their work job, but they had to be acquainted into this new area of life, and they wanted to translate that, how they felt about that, into a game. And the modern day Animal Crossing is everyone's friendly to you, everyone's really, really, really kind to you, and everyone wants to be your best friend, which does not tell anywhere near the same as doing a story the original game told to the player, or how the creator wanted to express how they felt.
Yeah. And that was a more human problem that he was confronting through the language of the game.
Yes.
Neat.
So how many hours?
We should see some of your visuals here, shouldn't we?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? Once again, I said I do like big inspiration from Earthbound. It is my favorite game series.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, most of my sprites here are drawn in the Earthbound style, a lot of Earthbound pixel art, and I make a lot. I've done this for years now, for 3
Look at that
years.
sheet.
For
It's
3
like a
years.
map.
Yep. For 3 years, this is pretty much mostly all mine. Besides this black area right here, this from referencing things right here, but all that, these are all really mine. Right here, these are characters from the game series Toho Project. It is made by one guy, Zun. Well, he hasn't. I think what's his name, Januya, I forget, something along those lines. But he made a game series called Toho Project from 1995 till now. He's still making games today, and those are cool. I draw that a lot. I do things with that a lot.
So look at the size of that tile map.
Wow.
Jeez. And that's all animations in there.
These are all some of these are all frames. This is Clover from the Undertale fan game, Undertale Yellow. It's a great game, by the way. You should play it.
So how many hours have you spent on Sprite, the animation software and creation?
Sprite in general, I spent around 6,000 hours, pretty much.
Isn't that 2 years worth of pure Sprite?
Pretty much, yeah. I've been drawing for 8 years now, actually. Period. I started my first 4 years on Microsoft Paint, and I've been doing things like that forever now, pretty much. And here's my other document where I have other things for Undertale-style things and Earthbound, which I have a whole YouTube channel where I upload music remixes of Undertale songs in Earthbound style, where I do I use these sprites as things to use out of the animation.
This is almost as though Herman Melville handed you Moby Dick and you started populating it with other
things in the universe.
seafarers and other sea creatures and
Yes, it's like in a way. Do you know what the SCP Foundation is or no? Okay, so SCP Foundation is a bunch of cryptid things that are being contained to keep safe from the outside environment and all that.
Oh,
And what people and what it is it's open source in a way where anyone can really use or do what they want with it and make their own really SCPs and out of it to expand on the universe of terrors that's in the world. It's a very community ran thing. It's very cool.
So I know this has been beat to death, but do you think there's any problem any kind of violence in video games? Is anything at all? Do you think there's a problem with that?
these are not scary sprites here.
No, I mean this might be.
Oh, yeah.
This might not be. Oh yeah, this is. I'm Wing Asher, the royal scientist. Oh man, yeah, this is W.D. Gaster, fan character. Well, not fan character. He's in Undertale. He's just not really officially part of Undertale. That's just how it really is. It's complicated to go into right now, but just know that he exists in a way. But
Yeah. So this acre, we're going to present something on July 17th. So it'll be pretty fun, a work in progress. And
Agreed, yeah.
Without an acre, like this may never have gotten done.
yeah,
So
Is that
that's
right? Yeah.
yeah, all this stuff is mainly my creation, but like things like let's see here, down these like are like really cleaned up sprites that I want to use for my project, and I am going to use it for the project, of course. These wouldn't be clean, this like polished without me doing the acre, me actually going forward and doing it, and like before these sprites were just this set right here, right? Then I made a whole set for these down here because I want to use these at the project as well. I'm probably gonna like expand a lot of these sprite sheets to be like full things, full-fledged images to use for animations, all that stuff. It's gonna be really what I do. Like over here, so this sheet over here, this is I made all of these to like make it easier to like import these into Unity to use. These are different text box flavors that are found in Earthbound, but like I've expanded on them to make more of them and all that.
Unity is a popular game engine that's done. Usually, people use Unity to make mobile games and RPGs.
Yeah, JRPGs. That too, yeah. Some of the biggest games, sorry.
One of the interesting things about those acre lunches is that people don't necessarily understand what the other students are doing. The art student doesn't understand the chemistry student. But I wonder whether video games might be a common language that all young people are at least conversant in.
to.
And they might appreciate your work all the more because of that.
I forgot to mention about young people and old people in video games. Famous game creator Edmund McMillan, he's creators for games like The Binding of Isaac or The Endless Nigh or Super Meat Boy. He wants to like get a pinball machine for his game, The Binding of Isaac, and he's tried talking to people about it, and they're like, whenever they hear a video game, they're like, huh? Because pinball's audience is like way up there because
Yeah.
the video game
Yeah,
audience,
we are.
and they don't really.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, they don't really
Museums.
like what they're talking about. Like you tell them trying to think of something actually. You see the gap with generations. I can't think of anything right now, but like
When you think
like
of pinball, you think of a museum, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
anyway,
And,
yeah.
and it's a very tactile thing
Yeah.
as well.
yeah.
Not to mention bumping the machine a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and more to talk about, by the way, we have there's this, and I also do like other artwork types because this is something I drew a while ago.
Great.
Yes, this is Kasumi from Toho Project. It's a nice little image I made for this. It's animated background too. Stolen from, ripped from Earthbound as well. It's
And she's got a whole
small
bucket full of water.
of water. Yeah,
It's
she
an old style bucket.
she usually is in the bucket. Like she goes like around the bucket. They're a yokai. I'm not sure really the context of the yokai is. I have to look into it. But like a lot of yokai using the Toho Project have like context to them. Like let's see here.
I got a question. What do people think of esports now? Because I hear in Korea it's doing really well, but in the U.S. it's hard to pay the players. And like, what do you think is going on with the U.S. esports scene?
With esports, I don't really involve myself inside of esports because esports isn't really like my type of thing when it comes to gaming. I don't really partake in kind of like competitive games like that. Like esports are usually just like League of Legends, all that,
Dota,
like Valorant. Yeah, I don't
Overwatch.
really play shooter games like that. I don't really know much about it. So,
Okay. So that's not
we can talk
really
about that.
your style or your taste.
No. I play
Oh, okay.
niche indie games like Undertale, Deltarune, Pizza Tower, The Binding of Isaac. Actually, this game's already all over like that.
And probably a really popular series is like Grand Theft Auto. Do you play any of that stuff?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I hear a lot of students don't play the AAA titles and they play more independent stuff, which I thought was neat.
Yeah. Well, that would be like the world of literature as well, that you don't have to read all the bestsellers.
Stephen
you can
King,
go
you
in
don't
and
have to read, yeah.
discover authors that you like and worlds that you appreciate and have insight into.
And this right here, this is something I made on
That's awesome.
2022. I made it on the first week of December. 80 hours.
80 hours.
Yes, I streamed the entire process of me making this artwork.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I'd say this is like my magnum opus for now. Mm-hmm. Like for now, like this, I'm really proud of this. Like each thing over here took like 8 hours. This 8 hours. This took like 4 hours. This took like 2 hours, 3 hours. This like
Just crafting all these individual
yeah,
characters.
pretty much. Yeah,
really sweet.
And this is all from Toho Project as well. I'm a big fan of Toho. I'm a big fan of Toho Project. Toho Project, if you could tell.
And people were watching you as you were doing this creating?
Yes,
Because you were
yes.
streaming that.
Yes.
And is
Nice.
that's recorded then too?
It's not recorded. I didn't
Oh,
record them
okay.
because they're on a program called Parsec. Parsec is a like streaming service where you stream your screen to people, like you stream your whole entire computer or people, and they can join you, and they can like input things on the computer they want.
Oh, wow.
It's usually used to play games, but I like using it for other things
Yeah.
other than just gaming.
Yeah.
I like
So it becomes a collaborative
yeah
project.
yeah. In some ways, I really wanted to. Other day,
So you have a lot of friends online?
I do,
Like-
yes.
Like how many people you like talk with like every other day or whatever online?
For friends to talk to you online, I talk to like maybe 6 handful of friends, maybe 6, 7 of them. Yeah. I'm gonna show this video to my friend actually when it comes out.
Yeah.
He knows who he is. He know who who's he is. Me and him have been like he's like pretty much my best friend right now. He's
Well,
he's
what's
like
his
helped
name?
me. I mean, his name is Matthew. He's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when he sees this, he'll know it's a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can send the link for future broadcasts.
Yowie.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that we could talk about this for at least 6,000 hours.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Going forward.
Right.
But we'll let you and Dave do that. This has been really fascinating. I don't know if I've learned a lot, but I've been amazed, and I'm looking forward to your presentation on the 17th
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you.
And I think your fellow students are really going to enjoy it.
Yes.
And best of luck in those interesting courses in the fall semester as well. Great.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck to you folks as well. That's it for today's edition of the Albright Scholar. We'll see you again in August. So long.